Okay, this video is on how to use Honorlock. So you get to all of our tests by going to Blackboard, and then you click on the content area. And instead of clicking on My Open Math, how we usually do to get to My Open Math, we first have to go to Honorlock. So click on Honorlock for tests on the left-hand side. Then you'll see Honorlock here in the body of the page. Then after you see where we are right here, you should read these instructions, and hopefully you'll get all your information from also watching this little video here. But these instructions go, I don't know, a good page or 2 pages long to help out for certain situations. And I'll try to take care of them here too. So once you click on this little link here for Honorlock, then you'll get to a page that lists all the tests in your course. So you can see them here. And the very first test that I give is this Honorlock test, which is just a small little test proving that you can use Honorlock and Excel or whatever. Now, maybe your instructor doesn't do that, but we do. And then you just click launch. Make sure that the test that you're going to launch here matches the test that you want to do. I have some students that don't do that. Once you click launch, then Honorlock takes you through its rigmarole stuff of agreeing to the terms, and you have to then click continue into the system check. They check your computer and that sort of thing. You have to use Google Chrome. Okay, you have to use Chrome as your browser when you do this, and your Google Chrome may need updated or whatever, so make sure it's up to date. And in fact, you may need to manage the extensions, and I have a little page that shows you that. When you scroll down on that page, or maybe it's after you do your ID check, you have to have an ID with you and that sort of thing. You'll need to run a system check. Right here, you'll see that when you scroll down, run system check. And it will also, after you run the system check and so on, you'll see your assessment guidelines. It will tell you about what's not allowed and what's allowed on the test, so you can read that. You'll have to do a 360-degree scan with your laptop computer. So you just spin it. You have to have a camera on your computer when you do this, and your audio has to be working too. They test that, and you have to have a photo ID. If you're going to, if you're using a full computer, not a laptop computer, a desktop computer, then you'll have to take the camera that you attach to it, you'll have to spin it around. You can't hardly spin your whole computer around, but somehow you have to do that 360-degree scan. Do it slowly. They'll have you show up, down, and all that sort of thing. Even with your photo ID, make sure you hold it picture side towards your camera and also face up, not upside down or sideways or whatever. You need to be in a quiet room. Things like that will interfere, and you can't be talking to other people or having notes out and all that sort of stuff. So we watch every video that is recorded. It's very easy to do. So we do it, and if you don't follow these rules, you'll end up getting a 0 on the test. Eventually, when you scroll down, you'll see a button that says Open Site. You merely click that button, and it takes you right to the point where you need to put in a password. Now, you don't put in this password. What you do is when you see the place where the password is, then in this area here, you'll see this little icon of this lady here, but it will say, first it will say, I found my assessment, and you click that, and then you click it again to unlock the assessment. Now, I don't know if you really have to click in the box for them to put the password in the box, but I've seen it that it works without that, but it doesn't hurt to click in there. And then they put the password in, and then you just click start or submit, whatever the blue button is right here to start the test. Now, it could be that when you click the open the test button up here on the previous page, right here, open the site, it doesn't take you to your to the place where the password goes in, and that's due to either having an old browser or an old version of of your Chrome, or just the plain computer type that you have. What it is that your computer is not reading the entire link. and it doesn't go past, it could be security issues or whatever, but instead of going to My Open Math and then to the specific test, it just goes to My Open Math login. Now, this is a lot of people don't even use this login. Like, for example, in my classes, we don't use this login at all. We go directly from Brightspace to My Open Math without having to log in. So this is completely useless for students in my class. So if you see this, that's not where you want to go. So that means the link didn't take you to exactly that section of My Open Math. So you'll have to navigate there. So what you would have to do is go to Brightspace, and you probably already have a Brightspace tab open and so that you could just click on, or if not, just open Brightspace in a new tab, and then you'll have to do what we always do, click My Open Math, and then My Open Math on the right, like you go to your homework problems. Now, for most people, I would say 90% of the people, they don't have to do this. They just click on that open site and bang, it takes them right to that location. But if you're one of the 10% that you have a security measure that doesn't read um, URLs past a certain point, then you'll have to go back to Brightspace, click on My Open Math, and then go to your test by either clicking on the calendar icon like Honorlock test or whatever test you're taking, test 2, test 1, whatever, and then just clicking right here to open up the test, or you can open up the folder that the test is in, like we're in the Unit 1 folder is where your Honorlock test is, so you can click there and open the test. But for most people, they click and it opens it. Now, a thing that I was mentioning earlier is you have to make sure that all Chrome extensions are turned off except for the Honorlock extension. Now, many extensions don't cause any interference, but this is something that you could check on. And the way you can do that is by clicking the 3 vertical dots on the right-hand side in Google Chrome, and make sure you're using Google Chrome. And then when you scroll down, after clicking the 3 dots, you'll see extensions, and then you can click manage extensions, and then you'll see all the extensions you have on. Like, here's the ones I have on my computer, and you see chat with AI. That's going to be an issue. So I would definitely have to turn this one off. Adobe probably wouldn't be an issue, but who cares? I'll just turn it off, and I'll turn this one off, and I'll make sure that Honorlock is turned on right here. And why not do this? Even if you think, well, how could Google Docs make any issue? Who needs to deal with it? Just turn everything off here by moving that toggle switch over by clicking over here, and leave the Honorlock switch on. I've also had students say that they had to uh, clean the cache out. You can click right here on the 3 dots, and you can go down to history, and then you can if you go to history right here, then in that area you can clear all your memory, your cache, or whatever, CASHE I believe it's spelled. um, and that may help too. Maybe you don't have enough memory available on your computer to run these things. So that's another thing that people have done. So let me go back to our recording here of our document. Now, that's good for a lot of classes right here. That's all you need to know. But if you're in Math 102 or Math 109, you'll be using an Excel sheet. So you have to open up the Excel sheet, and you may need to go to a particular page on the Excel sheet. Like, for example, on the Honorlock test, you have to go to the binomial sheet. You see the names are listed down here. You just click on that, and that will get you to the sheet that you need to be at. And at that point, you can type a value in a cell that you're supposed to. Like, for example, this cell right here is cell E3 because it's in column E, row 3. And then a problem may say something that you need to type a 6 in here, a 10, or whatever. And then you can see when you hit enter after you type the number in, you'll get the answer right below it. And that's pretty much all you need to use Excel on the Honorlock test. So I'll stop this right at this point. I don't think